everybody, what's up? It's me, Batu, and happy day after Pokemon Day. I am so excited for Winds and Waves. That is going to be so much fun. However, before we're able to get the Generation 10, we still have a whole year, and 2027 is whenever the game's coming out, I believe. So we got over a year, but we're going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary in style with the first ever day. And I got some brand new Saiko Soda plushies, or Soda Pop plushies, I should say, to show off in the collection. Also, before I do anything else, can I just appreciate all the amazing PNG images that Pokemon released for the 30th anniversary? Every single Pokemon got a new logo. You guys know I'm eating good whenever I make those thumbnails. But yes, guys, I wanted to do this a couple weeks back whenever it was around Valentine's Day. However, I ended up doing the Bleezo video. But think of this more like a Galentine's Day video, because I got 3 lovely lady Pokemon plushies to show off, and I'm super excited to do it because they're all brand new to the collection. Talking so much already, and I need a water break. Better. But yes, like I said, today is Galentine's Day, kind of, and I wanted to show off these amazing Pokemon plushies. The coloration on the Soda Pop plushies are always some of my favorite. I love them so much, so I am super excited to show these guys off. I think we should just go ahead and start with number 1. And even though you guys know that I love Generation 5, this is my least favorite that I got out of the 3, but it is still a banger. And that is the Gothita Saiko Soda plushie. This is such a strange one that they gave us. It kind of looks like Smoochum with the lips. I don't know exactly why they picked Gothita, but I'm going to be honest. The darkness of the blacks, or whatever color it actually is, the regular ones, turning into more of like this dark bluish / purple. I love that coloration when it comes to it. Such a beautiful coloration. My purple is always going to be my favorite color, so seeing that purple on there as well. Oh, I am eating good with these colors. The whites they do for the Saiko Soda plushies are also usually always amazing. I love how unique they always end up looking. Of course, they're going to be more of a chibi style look. However, they also have a more stylized version of the chibi look, so I will definitely take it. The eyes are also so magnificent. I love the shiny blue material they use whenever they do the sewing for it. Really nice Gothita plush is all I can really say. Even though it is my least favorite of the 3, I still think that this is a good representation of Gothita. I love the cutesy look. Even though it's supposed to be goth Pokemon, it reminds me of very like kawaii kind of styles or plushies that you would probably see at a claw machine or different things like these. The Soda plushies would have made perfect claw machines in Japan or some other places. Maybe some of them do have them over there, I don't know. But I think that Gothita looks amazing. There is no stuffing, or very little stuffing I should say, in the areas like the bow and all that. However, it also has a pretty decent amount per these little areas right here. Like the top part right here, the body and the head are definitely stuffed to the max. So a good squish variety in there. And then, of course, just a nice little squish right there. But that's my squish tier list, I guess, when it comes to Gothita. But still a magnificent Pokemon plushie. Next up, I was talking about how squishy and full of stuffing these Pokemon are, and number 2 continues that trend for sure. This is the Bounsweet Soda Pop plushie, and oh my goodness. I got the Serena Sitting Cutie whenever it first came out, and now I have the Bounsweet Soda Pop. I only need the Steenie, and I am done with that evolution line, which is kind of surprising to say whenever it's considering that it's, you know, like Generation 7 worth of Pokemon. That's so weird, because you get to like what, Generations 1 through 5, and that's whenever I start kind of completing all the evolution lines. But no, we are kind of rocking and rolling with these older generations too, or I should say newer generations. And this is another one with that beautiful coloration as the stem and the leaves. Again, barely any stuffing you would see in here, but still a very nice, at least it's stuffed, at least it has something. It's not flat like half of the Oshawott plushies that we get out, so I will definitely take that. Has a nice little feel to it. But then you get to her and she is so stuffed. Oh my goodness, she has a whole bunch in her. Something surprising though is I thought they would have used some of like that cheaper, skinnier material. No, they actually sewed up her little legs right here. Although we do have some felt on the bottom, her legs are not felt, or at least I don't believe they're felt. They do not look like it at all, which I thought was very surprising. And then the pink, oh my goodness, the pink and the off-white look beautiful together. It is screaming dessert for me. They just gave her a little mouth. That's all you really need for her. And then the golden / yellow eyes are also an amazing touch to it. Such a simple Pokemon to really do, and honestly, I probably could have gotten a City Cutie, but whenever I saw Bounceweight came out as a Soda Pop plushie, I've been wanting to get it since its release. I've held off until now, until I can do the Galentines, but having it in my collection makes me so happy. And like I said, we only need Steenie, and we are done with that evolution line. And finally, the one that I've been wanting for majority of the time since the Soda Pops came out. Of course, I've wanted the likes of Oshawott, Dampy for a lot longer, and they were the main ones I wanted to get. But this one was another one that screamed to me, and I don't know exactly why, because I've never used one on my team. However, I thought it'd be amazing to use it now. And that is the beautiful Blossom Saiko Soda. This Pokemon plushie has so many different colors on it, and I am amazed by every single one of them. It feels like a hit of just Easter colors. Every kind of Easter egg that you would see all splashed into one, and I love it. Similar color to the stems for some of the leaves. It has a nice bright yellow to it as well. The pinks along with the felt of yellow is also beautiful. The whole body coloration is so bright and beautiful. The deep blue coloration as well, that on the eyes is so awesome. And then they also included white. A lot of them don't really have too much added to the eyes besides just kind of like the main eye, I guess iris, is that what we want to call it? But some of them do get pupils, similar to how Gothita got it, and now Blossom is also one of the other ones. The one thing that I'm surprised about though is we have a base right here that has no legs or anything like that. I'll be honest, I don't know what the bottom of Blossom usually looks like, so maybe that's pretty accurate. Does Blossom just kind of hop? I have no idea, but I do think that this Pokemon Blossom plushie works perfectly. Such beautiful colors, like I said. It just, it's amazing. I love it so much, and I'm glad to officially have it in my collection. Like I said, one of the big things that kind of screams to me with these Saiko Soda plushies or Soda Pop plushies are always the coloration that they have with it. I think the colorations that they do are always magnificent. I love every single one that I've seen. Of course, there's a few that I don't really plan to get, and it's some that I already have plushies of, so I'm going to skip out on. However, for the most part, they always peak that, and then they always have a look of curiosity on them, and I love that about it. It always is cool to see unique Pokemon plushies, because when I first started this collection, I kind of only wanted to get like certain sizes that match, so whenever I would get a Sitting Cuties Infernape or Sitting Cuties something else, I was always kind of disappointed because I wasn't able to get the sizing to match, where it'd be like, oh, my Samurott and my Infernape and my Empoleon, all that stuff match the same size, compared to all the starters being the same. But as time has kind of gone on and as I've gotten older doing this collecting, I have kind of learned that it's very magnificent to actually have different colors when it comes to all this stuff, different shapes, different sizes, all that with Pokemon plushies. So I'm glad to have the Saiko Soda line in my collection, evolving just like I am, and that's all I really gotta say. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. If you would like to, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, answer the question of the day. What are you most excited about for Pokemon 30 and the 30th anniversary? But without that, I'm gonna put these guys down and I'm gonna head on out. Peace out.